Hello, everybody. Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another one of my 52 restaurants in 2017. I should say 52 new restaurants, well, I guess I should say. Today's restaurant is number 7, and the name of it is called Ichiban Buffet, and it was a little Chinese, Japanese steakhouse slash buffet with sushi. Saw the sign. We was over in Orlando, and I was at a dive shop looking for some snorkeling gear and different things. We saw the sign. We're like, hey, why don't we head back over there and eat? And we decided to wait till we went to Universal first. We didn't want to have the chance of eating a giant buffet, going and getting sick at Universal. So we went to Universal, hung out, had a great time for the day, came back, checked out Ichiban on the way home, and it was packed. Like, it's a humongous place, and it's tourist time. It was late enough. A lot of people leaving the parks and that kind of stuff, and the place was just packed. We probably should have went before we headed to the park and made it kind of a late lunch, early dinner kind of thing, or as I like to call it, a dinner, since nobody has a name for that. So ended up getting there and stuff, waiting to be seated, got set down, headed to the bathroom, came back, grabbed our food on the way, and the waitress came over, and she was just snotty to begin with. Just, the whole thing, basically asked for drinks. I started to say, two water with lemon. And she's like, and she walks away. I was like, didn't let me finish the sentence. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. We got the food. It's buffet sushi. It's never going to be great, but it wasn't bad. Everything was just a little bit bland, if that's probably the way to say it. Nothing was phenomenal. The spicy stuff was just hot, no flavor. The sweet stuff wasn't sweet. It with like tangy. It was just kind of sweet, like just, I don't know, lacking. There was nothing there I would say, oh, when you go there, you have to try X. There was nothing I could think of in particular that made me want to go back, for one thing, especially the service. The service was horrendous, absolutely crappy service. But I'm thinking right now, looking back on it, and I'm going, if I was going back there today and said, hey, we're going to swing by there, we're going to bring you home a plate full of blank, what would I say? And God, I'd probably say just bring a plate of everything was all right. It was just nothing was great. So usually you have a buffet like that, they're going to have something that's amazing. The coconut shrimp or the, lemon chicken or something, or orange chicken, something like that would be, at least good. And nothing was great. So I went ahead. The waitress was just crappy the whole time. Like a couple times I tried to ask her a question. She was short and just cut you off and just really crappy. And there are multiple signs around there about tips not included and that kind of thing. I asked for my check, and the lady basically cut me off before I even had a chance to finish that, and she stormed off all crappily, like I was putting her out to ask for a check. And I saw other people having checks brought to the table, so I know I wasn't supposed to go out and pay for it. And I walked over, and like I always do when it comes to money, when I tip, I always pay cash. I never give credit cards at restaurants because they take your card, they walk away out of sight with it. And it's just where 95% of the people I knew have had their credit cards hacked. It was at a restaurant. Not saying this restaurant, saying restaurants in general. Because all that woman has to do is basically, or the waiter, all he has to do is just take it, run a carbon copy of it, take a photo of it, do anything they want to do with the damn thing, and you're now screwed. And I don't take that chance. So I laid out my money out there, and the bill was 28 something, or it was 29 something, and I laid out $26, like I always do. I always leave my tip on the table afterwards, or when they come back, I hand the tip in cash, because I want my change back. One, it goes in my ashtray or in my cup holder or my car, so I can, have spare money. Two, it also stops them from carrying around change in their, aprons and stuff, because a lot of restaurants won't let you cash out midday. And I laid out my $26 there, and it was a 20 and $2 bills. And I had my other money in my pocket I was going to leave as a tip on the table and whatnot. And she stops, and she looks at me all crappy, and she counts the money, and she slams the thing down, and then with no cutoffs at all says tip is not included. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. I got in my shirt pocket. I have the rest of the money that I was going to tip you with. And I was like, screw you. And I was like, what the hell? And she's like, tip not included. And I said, yeah, it's very clear. It's all over the place. Tip's not included. I get it. And then she storms off, and she's gone for ever. Like, she's gone for the longest time. Comes back and brings my change, and she shorts me a goddamn quarter. And I'm like, I have money in my pocket I was tipping you with, and she stole a quarter from me. It's like, I don't know if she can add or she's being a dick. I don't know which. And she brings my money down, and so I'm like, screw it. I took my money that I had on the table, I put it back in my pocket, and dropped the quarter in place, and we walked out. And I'm like, first off, you've been treating me like shit the whole time. You're only going to get like $3 from me anyway, because the fact that it's a buffet. You don't get a good tip when you treat me like crap. and all you do is take away my place. You didn't take an order, you didn't bring me anything special, you didn't, ask me how's everything, you didn't, none of that shit was said. So you're not getting a great tip. I'm not tipping you $6, whatever, off a $25 bill because you suck and it's just buffet. It's not going to happen. So she got her 25 cents. I figured 1 penny per dollar and it's good enough. And she stole my other penny, so it's 2 pennies per dollar. So had she not been a shit, she would have had $3. Because she was a shit, she got 50 cents from me. So yes, I'm sure I'm an asshole for that. But my whole thing is the fact that I just add the extra $3 into my tally. I think it's at $38 right now to tip. The next amazing server I come across, I'm going to tip him out $38. Because I've kept back $38 in lousy tips to lousy waitresses and waiters and stuff over the last chunk of times, where if the average service, tip average, I don't do anything with it. If it's above and beyond service, they get all the screw up tips that I have shorted the crappy waiters and waitresses over the time frame between my last good waiter and waitress. And I'm $38 into this right now. So the next time I get phenomenal service, somebody's getting $38 tip. Now, everybody looks at me like, oh, that's crazy, it tips me $38. Why not reward the one great person who did a great job? It's the same $38. If I could have given it to 10 other lousy, shitty people, giving them each $3.80 more, or I can give one person $38 and reward them for being a great person. And they're like, yeah, they can't make a living though without tips. Then go get a job where you don't need tips, because if you can't be better at your job, you don't deserve to work there. So that's where I'm at on that. If you're over by Universal and you want a buffet, go give it a try. It's nothing special. It's nothing great, but it's also, except for the shitty service, it's not bad food either. So that's all I got for right now. That's 7 down. Got a little ways to go, but we will get there. So you guys have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Get out there, set a goal, and just make it happen.